Hello, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon. Here in Nigeria, it's afternoon. I know Sierra Leone is still in the morning. We want to welcome every one of us to this webinar. I'm going to have Esther to moderate the meeting. Hello, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon. Here in Nigeria, it's afternoon. I know Sierra Leone is still in the morning. We want to welcome every one of us to this webinar. I'm going to have Hello, Esther, are you there? Hello, Esther. Esther, please, can you hear me?
Hello, from Samsung, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I don't know, I can't hear Esther. I'm waiting on her. I'm waiting on Esther, it's been a while now.
Yes, she has joined and her mic is muted. Esther,
Okay.
can you unmute?
The Bluetooth device is ready.
Okay, I think she has gone off. Maybe she wants to reconnect or something.
So what we can do, we can wait on Esther. We can give her probably 5 minutes, and if she is not back online, I will moderate.
Okay, that's great. So let's see how it goes. Let's say we are starting in the next 5 minutes.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks.
From Samsung. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So I've tried to call Esther, and she has confirmed that she's having network difficulty. They went out on supervision, so I will step in on her shoe so that we can't take much time.
All right. So that's great.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning from Samsung. It's a privilege to have you all here today as YPG Sierra Leone 2021 executive. We are having our topic that we can collaborate with Avron, which is an e-learning hub, and some of us has benefited from it. And I happen to know from Samsung through Phyllis Johnson. She introduced us to from Samsung when there was a very important course on policy global health. So at the end of the day, some of us that participated thought it fit that this can be a professional development course where in college pharmacists and probably also students can be participating in it, and this can help them to develop their career professionally. So without wasting your time, we contacted from Samsung through Avron to see how best we can have this all important webinar session and for us to know what it entails. So thank you from Samsung. It's a blessing to have you here. You can go ahead and start the presentation.
All right. Thank you so much, Ture. And it's also an honor to be contacted to make this presentation. I believe we are just creating a path for future collaboration and a win-win situation. So this afternoon, I've been asked to make a presentation on career development. And basically, we are looking at e-learning option. So the theme for this meeting is career development through e-learning. This can also be captioned as charting your career pathways through e-learning. So the presentation outline will be in this format. First, we are going to look at the objectives of this webinar. We will look at understanding what career pathways are. Then we'll look at the place of e-learning in career development. And then finally, we'll now introduce Havron e-learning hub. As our objectives, number one, at the end of this session, participants should understand the pathway to career development through e-learning. Participants will also understand the unique advantages of e-learning. And then participants will be introduced to Havron as a veritable e-learning hub for career pathways. Now let's look at career pathways. Different definitions for career pathways exist. However, there is this one that I love so much, is from careerladdersproject.org. And it is defined as a series of structured and connected education programs and support services that enable students, often while they are working, to advance over time to better jobs and higher levels of education and training. Now, if you look at this definition, you will understand that career pathways involve education programs. In education programs, we have certificate programs, postgraduate diploma, master's, PhD, accreditations, and so on and so forth. And then that definition also talks about support services. And then it says while working. This while working is very, very key, because everybody who is working, or majority of people who work, aspire to progress in their chosen field of work. And then the aim of the career pathway is to advance to better jobs and higher levels of education and training. Now, let's look at how career pathways happen through what means. It can actually happen in an industry. For example, now the procurement and supply chain industry, you see people starting at the entry point, and then gradually they build up until they become somebody higher in that cadre. Also, you see like it can happen through an organization. Someone who entered into an organization at the entry point and begins to rise through the organization. And then it can also happen through a profession. For example, pharmacists. I've known people who desire to practice pharmacy, but they started as pharmacy technicians. So as time went on, they decided to go back to school to acquire the Bachelor of Pharmacy. And from then, they began to rise. So this can happen in any of these three ways. To successfully chart your career pathways, it's important that the individual sits down and conducts self-assessment of the needs that he has. Conducting a self-needs assessment is very, very key, because it will help you to identify the knowledge gaps, the skills gap, the personality characteristics that you need, and also the experience that you think you need to take you to your desired level. Now, some of these things, they come through learning, basically through learning. After you have identified these needs, you draw up your career development plan. This is where I am. That is where I need to go. So there are a lot of things that may happen in between that will get you to that top. You itemize them. However, this webinar is not focusing on developing a career development plan. However, it is just aimed at highlighting what it means and how e-learning can be used to actualize the development of your career pathway. Then after you have identified those things that you need, you begin to learn and acquire the skills, the experiences, the personal characteristics, the traits that will take you up to the ladder. Now you will see I have highlighted the learn and acquire in red, because it cannot happen outside learning. You need to learn, you need to acquire. So this is key because what we are focusing today is learning, but through a particular means. I usually give people who come to me some form of career advice. And I say, first, you need to identify what you love doing. You know, what you call your career is something that gives you satisfaction, fulfillment at the end of the day. So first, you need to identify what you love doing. Once you have identified that, improve on how you do it. Then get somebody to pay you for doing it. This is a career advice that I would love to give to anybody. Now let's look at learning and the skills. In what formats do they come? We know that education and learning comes in different forms, 3 basic forms. The first one is the formal. Formal education or formal learning happens when you are exposed to structured, systematic, and standardized way of delivering educational materials, and is often done by trained persons, like we see in our education system, right from the primary, secondary, the college level, the higher institutions. It goes through a systematic and standardized system of training, which is approved by the government of the society. Then we have the informal training and informal learning, which is gained through life experiences, by observations, by conversations. We know that the children learn a lot, not just by what we teach them, but by what they learn from observations, from instructions. Okay, so these are informal ways. For instance, now, you can see somebody who knows how to swim. This is an informal way of learning things. Somebody who learns how to dance is an informal way. And then the third one is the non-formal way. This is in between the formal and informal because it has a structured syllabus or curriculum per se, but however, it's not as high as the one for the formal education and is higher than the informal. For instance, what we are doing now is part of a non-formal education. So these are the 3 ways that we learn. And then what we learn come in forms of soft skills and hard skills. Soft skills, how do you learn how to relate with people? How do you learn how to communicate? How do you learn to behave in a workplace different from home? You know, those things are soft skills. Integrity and some other traits and skills. These are soft skills. And then the hard skills are the ones that we got trained while in school. For instance, as pharmacists, we learned how to formulate some basic preparations in the lab. Those are hard skills. And then all these things, they can either happen through the physical means or online means. Actually, I highlighted this online. It is not just, it's not the only way. I would have said physical and then distance on learning, because distance learning can either be online or just by correspondence, okay? But because the focus of this webinar is online, I just brought it in this format. Now, let's look at the place of learning in career development. What is online learning? This word or phrase or terminology is synonymous with electronic learning. The electronic learning can be referred to as e-learning. That's more their meaning electronic. And it is defined as learning that is conducted via the internet. So whatever that you are doing over the internet presupposes there is a distance between the source and the recipient. Now, let's look at the disadvantages of learning. This is not the focus anyway, but I decided to highlight these disadvantages because they create a way they create the platform for improvement of what we have in the e-learning. Okay, so when we look at the individual demerits, we'll be able to see how we can carve a strength into the e-learning technology. This is not exhaustive in itself, but there are the few that we can look at. And as e-learning continues to happen, more and more demerits will be identified. First, feedback is limited when it comes to getting feedback from students. It's not that it does not happen, but it happens. And then we'll see how this also turns out to be a positive influence. E-learning can cause social isolation. Of course, we see that you are there now, I am here. If assuming we depend on this, I haven't met you. So it has the ability to cause social isolation. It requires strong motivation and time management skills. You will agree with me. But it is also a strong point in the other side when we look at the advantages of e-learning. There is lack of communicational skill. There is it's difficult to prevent cheating. It's complicated, but not entirely difficult. Anyway, I have taken a program where you are even asked to open the book. It's an open book exam. It's an online exam. And there is no way you can cheat. You are asked to visit the internet, take your textbooks, but here it was a very difficult exam. Okay, so some of these things are being overcome. Further on, online instructors tend to focus on theory than practice. E-learning lacks face-to-face communication, is limited to certain disciplines. For instance, in medicine, in pharmacy, where you need to do practicals in the lab, there is certain limitations. And this has also led to some technologies, e-learning methodologies incorporating the physical aspects. Okay, so these are some of the disadvantages. Online learning is also inaccessible to computer illiterate population, where this is very well known. But again, this is a strong point, because when you know you have the option and the e-learning option is the best option for you, you become computer literate by force, by fire. Okay, so there is also lack of accreditation, where this is fast becoming obsolete as many nations are beginning to embrace e-learning, and then they are getting improving the quality of things they do via online, and so they are getting accreditation. Now, let's look at some of the advantages. This is where we are going to dwell so much, not really so much, but we are going to dwell much time. It costs less. E-learning is cheaper than physical training, okay? If I develop a curriculum now, I spend so much money, assuming I spend $50,000 to develop a training curriculum, except for the yearly updates. I do not spend so much again to add values to them. So it is there. I do not spend much again, but people keep coming to take it. So if I am the one, I will make it very, very accessible. I'll make it less costly. And this is what is currently obtainable. E-learning is, it's cheaper than physical learning. It is less intense. For instance, now, I know in physical class, you may have up to 4 lectures, and you run from here, maybe you have 30 minutes interval, you go for the next lecture. So it's not as intense as the physical session. The online learning is less intense. To make attendance is easy with online. If you, right now I'm sitting at home, assuming I have a lecture somewhere and I prepare to go out, I don't have a car and it begins to rain. How do I find myself there? Eventually I might start making calls to the class rep, please, this is what happened, I'm not able to come. And probably you begin to go and then there's a traffic jam. The class cannot wait for you. So it is easy to attend classes via online. And then it enhances self-discipline and time management skill, like I said in the previous slide, where you know this is difficult, but this is necessary. You begin to close those gaps. People who were not good time managers, they have found themselves to become good time managers. Why? Because they see e-learning as a very good option for what they do. They need to fit in, they need to discipline themselves and improve on their time management skills. It grants more access to faculty and teachers. What I mean by this is if you have any thing you need to give as feedback, maybe you're asking question to your teacher, your instructor, he will take his time to give you a very lucid response. And the advantage that the online has in giving feedback is I can type a message now that I want to send to you. And then when I am reviewing, I say, okay, I needed to add more thing, I add it again. However, in the physical class, when a lecturer is giving a feedback, he may have planned to say certain things, and then he forgets while reviewing. It's difficult to now begin to call the students back and say, okay, I forgot to add this the last time I met with you, those kind of things. So online gives more access to faculties and teachers, especially when they need to give you feedback. It eliminates limitations set by location. For instance, now, I am in my place in a state here. There is another university where I want to attend a program, but because of the distance, I'm not able to do that. So it becomes a problem. So, but that is eliminated via e-learning. Why? Because I am here, the university is in America, several thousands kilometers away. I am here, I take my lecture. So it eliminates the barrier set by location. Now, the other one is the comfort of flexibility. I am right here. If I don't like wearing ties all the time with suits, right now I'm very comfortable. You don't know what I am wearing, but all you know is that I am giving you what you want, and I'm getting what I want from you. And I may even be sitting down in a very comfortable chair. So it gives you that comfort of flexibility. It offers variety of options. For instance, now a university A may have several courses on medicine, but it doesn't have on pharmacy, pharmaceutical section. Another university that offers it can actually provide me with varieties. So you have varieties of options that you can choose from. It offers possibility of less distraction. Right now, I may be learning. Some of you are in your offices, you're at home. Nobody's, the person sitting next to you is not distracting you. Somebody that you may sit closely with in the class, sometimes it's a possibility the person may have body odor. You can't speak. You'll be thinking of how do I get out of this point? The person might even be speaking, as he's speaking, is spitting on you. So this causes distraction. But well at your home, your office, or any other place, you have less possibility of distraction. This is very, very key. This is flexible to keep your job. Some of us will look for what to do while working. We need to improve. We need to work. We need to develop our career pathway. How do we do this? So this is very, very key because e-learning gives you that opportunity, gives you that flexibility to keep your job while developing your career. And it's also flexible to fit into your daily routine. It helps you to set your learning pace. If I am the night type, I do my work activities during the day, and then at night, when I know that everything is calm, assimilation is high, I can learn, I can read my materials, that I can study my materials at that time. Physical learning does not give you that opportunity. If it is 1:00 p.m., whether it's conducive for you or not, you must be there or you miss the attendance. So, but e-learning gives you that flexibility. It provides opportunity to learn new tech skills. Like I said, I know a number of people who started lately to say, I didn't know something like Zoom existed. I thought Zoom just came on board post-COVID, whereas over 10 years ago, it has been there, so it helps you to learn new tech skills. And so many people have actually come to say, I didn't know this is this easy. Now I can add this to what I have learned. So now with this, I would like to introduce Havron e-learning hub. Havron e-learning hub is the online learning arm of Havron Professional and Educational Services Limited. Both of them are registered entities in Nigeria. It was founded out of passion and desire to save other Africans from experiencing the agony of the privation of dream fulfillment the founder experienced. At this point, I'm going to tell us a brief story. I graduated in 1996. 1997, I went for internship. 98, I did my youth service. And then I desired to acquire more education to keep growing. But where I was practicing in Benue State, then there were two universities. None of them offered, they didn't have School of Pharmacy, they didn't have School of Medicine. And it became a very frustrating moment for me because the other universities were 3-4 hours drive away from where I was. Eventually, I made up my mind a few years later to apply for a master's program in one of those universities outside my state. I was given the admission. However, I was told that it was strictly full-time. There was no opportunity for part-time. I wanted something that would give me opportunity to work and pay for the fees, and of course, take care of the younger ones behind me. I am the first of my family. We are 5. My parents paid my fees through difficult moments, and I didn't see the opportunity. I mean, it didn't make sense for me to go back to school when everybody is looking up to me to at least help in bringing up the junior ones. So it became a very frustrating moment for me when they say it's basically full-time. Well, I didn't have anything to do but to let the admission pass by. So later on in 2005, I found my way out of Benue State to Kano. And in Kano, I discovered that one, they didn't have public health. Even if they did, the school that did, they were only giving it to medical students. They denied pharmacists. It was also a thing I didn't love. I had to look for any other course that would help me develop something. At a point, I was tempted to deviate from public health. And then I said, okay, let me just get a development program. So I applied for master's in development studies. I was told that because I did pure science, I needed to go through the postgraduate diploma. I applied, I got it, I did that. And then when I was to upgrade to the master's level, I was denied because I didn't come from that state. So there was a quota issue. So in that same school, I went to another department. Let me go and do MBA. They told me I had to do a postgraduate diploma in MDA, that even the one I did may not be applicable. I was almost frustrated. At a point, somebody said, okay, they will make a case for me. And then shortly before it came up, I got a job that took me away from Kano. Kano is in northwest of Nigeria. And I got a job that took me to Borno, northeast. That is the seat of insurgency right now. But then there was no insurgency. It was just gradually coming. And then we thought it's something that will fade away. So I started work in Maiduguri as a Borno state. And then there was School of Medicine there. I was happy. And they were offering public health masters. I was happy too. And they were also offering it to non-medical doctors. I was happy. I got the admission. I started the program. Just a month to the time we were supposed to write our first semester exam, the insurgency increased. And then the organization that I was working for conducted an emergency evacuation of all staff. So we were all taken away from Borno State. Again, I lost that dream. I lost the money. I lost the time that I had put there. And then I seemed to come back to square one. And then that now came to 2012. I searched for a means of fulfilling my dream. And then I got in touch with Walden University. I started a program there with them. It was very expensive, very, very expensive. But I said, if this is what is going to take, I want to go through it. I started, I think about 3 modules or so. The insurgency also came into Kanu, and I had to relocate my family while I remained there. But the issue there was the costs became unbearable. Exchange rates began to skyrocket. I couldn't continue. Again, I abandoned it. However, in 2014, I started with another university online again, and I completed that. In 2017, I said, I want to do something that will prevent others from passing through what I have passed through. If you look at my story, you will discover that if e-learning was there, I would have simply done the program anywhere I was. Number 2, the cost was another big problem. So that is what now led us to coming up with this Havron e-learning hub. Our mission and vision pillars, they rest on 2 premises. Number 1, e-learning is the future of education. And number 2, the cost of e-learning can be scaled downward with the right strategies. These 2 pillars address those challenges that I faced in my story. Our vision as an organization is to be the leading e-learning hub in Africa, serving the underserved. For me, I was the underserved. I desired it, but I didn't get service. So anybody that may experience any of these challenges that I experienced, I see that person as underserved and needs to be given the opportunity to fulfill their dreams. Our own mission is to bridge the skills gap in Africa through online learning programs and career pathways. Now, what is our strategy? We have our strength, which is our number. There is nothing that number cannot do. So our strategy is to use our strength, which is our number, to negotiate for downward fee review. This has been our strategy in all our discussions with all the universities that we are partnering with. We came and we let them know, I have the number, bring down your cost, I give you the number, you're happy, we are happy. And that has helped us. So later in this presentation, I'm going to let you know our strong areas of influence. Okay, so this is our strategy. And at this point, I would like to let us know the catalog of programs, the universities and other institutions that we partner with. What are the different programs that they offer? They offer professional development courses, otherwise called the short courses, which ranges from 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, some are 4 months, 6 months, 8 months. They offer basic life-saving skills certification. We have diplomas, postgraduate diploma programs, advanced diploma programs, professional diploma programs, bachelor degrees, master's, PhD. And these are all online. You know, when we were discussing with any university, 1, we want to know you are offering online courses. Number 2, you are amenable to review your fee because we have the number. So any of these universities that we are mentioning, know that going through Havron is cheaper than going directly to their website and applying. And then we will show you some of them so that you can also visit their website and see what fees you get from us and what you get from them. Okay, so we want to look at some of these universities. One of them is University of Washington, particularly the Department of Global Health. We started partnering with them 2014. That time I did it not as extensive as we have it now in Havron. I just did it with individual, not with the organization, when I started experimenting e-learning. So this university offers professional development courses, those short courses, several of them, but I would just like to mention a few of them here. Leadership and management in health, clinical management of HIV, project management for global health, economic evaluation for global health, fundamentals of global health research, monitoring and evaluation for global health research, and then some other ones as they have on their website. We also partner with UNICAF. There are several of their courses. We have professional development courses from them, postgraduate programs, bachelor degrees, master's, PhD programs. Next is Texila American University. After I passed through this university, I became an ambassador of the university. And so since then, I've been able to bring so many people on board. And I went ahead to also let them sign a contract with Havron. So we have a contract with Havron for their short courses. And so, like I said, they have professional development courses. They have bachelor degrees, masters, PhD. Then the other university is Nexus. Nexus International University is in Uganda. We just struck this this negotiation, I think that was early last year. Yes, so this school also offers professional development courses, postgraduate programs, bachelor degrees, masters. And then this is a school, Empower School of Health. A bit story that I'll tell about this organization. Their course is well known in the procurement and supply chain industry globally. And the director of the school is a well-known personality in the supply chain industry globally. I think he holds, I don't know if he's still the leader of the We Deliver People, this Deliver People. He is the leader, excuse me. And he is offering this course. He has done a lot of work with joint work with United Nations Development Program, Global Health, and USAID, and several other. If you go to their website, you will see some of those things. There is even a course that they developed jointly with UNDP. That course, I hope to make that course free for our members. Now, this university, this School of Health is partnering with Kent State University in the US to offer this course, postgraduate diploma in global health procurement and supply chain management. It's a 12-month program and well loaded, very, very loaded. And on their website, it goes for $2,500. However, they can afford to give discounts to people working in development industry at $1,750. Now, in 2017, when I got in touch with this organization, in my quest to get e-learning institutions, I got in touch with them. I looked through the program. I love the program. And I said, I love this program. I can give you the number if you can bring the price down. They said the price they can give is $1,750. I said, yes, I know that, but you can go lower. They now said, okay, how much am I looking at? I said, bring it down to 1,000. They said, if they bring it to 1,000, they will lose. I said, no, you will not lose, because I haven't learned more about e-learning modules. I know a bit of that. I said, no, you won't lose. So it took us several days and weeks to eventually end up at $1,150. The condition they gave me was from January to August 2018. If I was unable to give them 50 participants, they will withdraw that price. I said I would deliver that. When I launched out these programs and started campaigning, between January and March, we got 52 people who registered for the course. Immediately, they sent me a contract document. Empower sent me a contract document that I'll be their ambassador here in Nigeria. And so, because they were now paying, they now raised the fee to $1,250. Again, over 40 additional persons registered. They now increased it again to 1.5. So as we speak, it has been on $1,500. However, last year when COVID came on board, I met them and I convinced them that, look, COVID has affected a lot of things. Some people have lost their jobs. Some who are still retaining their job, they may have cut in their pay. Can we bring this thing down? They say, how much do I propose? I said, let's go back to 1,150. They said no, that the last that we had was 1,250, that they were going to give me only that. Now, this price review that I'm letting you know, it is never in any other country. Even in Nigeria, I am the only one. And the reason why that has happened is because I have the number. So when I talk about the strategy that we are using, it is all about number. And so we launched that in July last year, and then it ended in December. A lot of people, and I think about 2 persons from Sierra Leone, enjoyed that program, which we gave out at $1,250. But right now, it's gone back to $1,500. However, I will still discuss on our areas of strong influence, where I will still mention this. Now, the postgraduate diploma has 9 modules. And so those modules are being now crafted into certificate courses, 2 months, 1 month, 3 months. So in case somebody wants to say, okay, well, I'm interested in procurement and just procurement of public health medicines, you can take that. You are interested in forecasting and quantification, you can take that as a certificate course. And that has helped a lot of our members to take some of these courses individually at their pace. So the next institution I want to talk about is James Lind Institute in Switzerland. They also have sites in Singapore, India, and some other places. These ones, they offer professional development courses, postgraduate programs, masters, and so on and so forth. Next is the National Healthcare Provider Solution. Okay, so this, they offer life certification from life-saving certification that is accredited by Postgraduate Medicine Institute. This institute is the same body that accredits American Heart Association in all their... Sorry, I think I need to... There is so much noise, please. Can we mute? Okay, thank you. Hello, please, can we mute our mics, please? Thank you. Okay, so this institution, they offer basic life support, advanced cardiac life support, pediatric advanced life support, blood-borne pathogens certification, and the CPR, AED, and there's another one, they get first aid certification, all in one. So what we did with this also, we told them our strengths. We have the number, give us a discount. And so people who pass through us for these particular certifications, they have discounts and they pay less than if they went straight directly. Then the other one is our own inbuilt and in-house capacity building program, basically on Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. This came when I noticed some professionals, pharmacists, medical doctors, lab scientists, who do not have adequate knowledge about Excel, especially Excel, to explore the versatility of this program. So I decided to launch out with this, and we started way back in 2014 or so to create opportunity for people to come together, and we were giving tutorials on this. And this has grown to the point that we have curriculum for them. All right, so I just want to mention briefly the footprint. We're almost at the end of this presentation. What have we achieved since inception in 2017? We have over 1,000 professionals who have acquired professional certificates from our partners. This 1,000 is just to be very conservative. It's well over that. As we speak now, we have 120 professionals who are in 3 different courses now. Okay, so, and the next one, we are going to launch another program from University of Washington and other ones currently ongoing right now. We have over 100 supply chain experts who have acquired postgraduate diploma in procurement, public health supply chain management. You know, like I said, the course from Empower School of Health and Kent State University, that course is selling well. We have over 30 professionals who have acquired Masters of Public Health from our partners through Havron. We have 5 professionals who are currently enrolled for their PhD through Havron. And over 100 development workers, they have passed through in-house capacity development courses in Excel, developed by Havron. Okay, so in the offering, what is coming on is a data analysis software. We feel that people are not utilizing the data at their disposal, basically because they lack the data analysis skills. So we are coming to bridge that gap. And then, of course, we are looking at FAMD conversion in Nigeria. I'll briefly talk about each of them now. For data analysis programs, like I said, we conducted a very short survey asking people if your organization requests for data, do they have data? What do they use it for? We realized that many organizations have data, but they are not utilizing them. And then those people who are desirous to acquire data analysis skill, we realize that they lack that skill, okay? So this is what we are planning to address. And our focus is the SPSS. We want to look at how we can conduct training on SPSS, Stata, Power BI, and Tableau. There are other ones, although we are ready for Python, R, and AP Info, but we don't really have much. In the survey that we conducted, we didn't have much people who have interest in this area. So we just limit ourselves to these ones. Then for the FAMD conversion, in Nigeria, we have that conversion. And just last year, they concluded the accelerated conversion, which happens within a year. The other ones, I think it happens within 2 or 3 years. But this conversion, this accelerated one, was designed to end within 1 year. However, the last one just ended last year. And I got in touch, I was contacted by Ture, who told me about the desire for Sierra Leonean pharmacists to look into this. So I said, okay, that's a very good one. Let me get in touch with the authorities. And then as at that time, the schools were, they were on strike. The Academic Staff Union of Universities in Nigeria, they were on strike. And so nothing could be discussed in this regard. So the discussion that I had were through the authorities, some professors who pioneered this in other countries. I think, yes, she also did one in Sierra Leone. As we were discussing, she told me that she did this conversion program in Sierra Leone, and she bought the idea that it's a good one. So we are going to work together to see how this happens. So we have initiated discussion with authorities to see how we can provide this program to non-Nigerians, especially those living outside. And the feedback I got was that there is a plan to make it available online, you know, but then it requires some technicalities. Of course, this is one of those programs that online learning has a disadvantage on, because if I am doing FAMD, I will need to have clinical experience. I need to be supervised, you know. So those people who are the ones offering this, they need to have physical contact with the people. So the feedback I got is that it's going to take a whole lot of planning
and strategies to bring that to be. However, it is not the focus of their discussions at the school, but once in a while, I nudge them to find out what's happening. You know, the schools have been away for close to a year or thereabouts, and their priority right now is to how to gain grounds. And then things like that are novel things which may not be taking much of their attention, but it's something that I had a positive feedback that it's being looked upon. Okay, so the opportunities for partnership is wide open. Our door is open for partnership, very open to the Young Pharmacists Group and Sierra Leone. If you have the strength that we can speak with, then we can create a win-win scenario for you and the university or the institution. For us, once we are able to establish a win-win scenario for the receiver and the giver, we are happy. And also, we just want to stress some few areas of strong influence. One is the Empower School of Health. I tried to mention this to you. If you go to their website, it's $2,500. But to Havron is $1,500. However, if we have a good number, which is our strength, we can bring this down. Okay? In the certificate courses also, we have some discounts, which is exclusive to Havron because of what we do and our ideology. For UNICAF short courses also, the courses that we have from them on their sites is between $120 and $150. Very few of them happen at $90. And then we are giving it to participants at between $70 and $75. There are dynamics that come into play, how we are able to bring this down and give it to participants. And their courses have been selling very, very well. People are getting their skills, getting upskilled via some of these courses. Again, if we have good number, it can also go further downwards. And then the other one is Havron, our in-house capacity building, especially in Microsoft Excel. And then the data analysis programs, like we mentioned, the SPSS, the Stata, the Power BI, and so on and so forth. If we have a good number, we can also bring it downward. Because Microsoft Excel is what we develop in-house, we have full influence over the fees. So I really want to thank every one of you for listening. This is the end. I thank you so much for your attention. And we now welcome question and answer session. Ture, Alhaji Ture, over to you.
Okay, thank you very, very, very much from Samsung. For those who join us late, Alhaji Ture, I'm the current president for YPGSL, and the presenter was from Samsung, the founder and the CEO of Havron e-Learning Hub. So we want to thank you very, very much for this session. It's been a blessing to have you here. And just like you mentioned, when we are talking about the FAMD program, this was something I made mention of doing my manifesto, and I've highlighted few people around that. I have started talking to you, and we are working as seriously to see how best we can benefit from this. And I'm going to engage my executive and a few other people. We'll get back to you about some details or some things we have in our table that may help in the discussion you are currently having with the professor to see how best they can consider us having this FAMD program. And also, I wanted to ask, before I open the floor for questions, I wanted to make mention of this. The last time we were discussing about this Excel program, I don't know if everyone is making it for YPGSL free or for limited cost. So I guess you have to make mention of that Excel program. And then also, some people, a school of thought may want to ask, what is the benefit is YPGSL getting from Havron? Apart from knowing that Havron does exist and they can register to Havron and all, is there any special benefit as they are trying to establish some collaboration So at this junction, I wait for a reply, and after, we'll open the floor for questions. Thank you very much once more.
All right, thank you so much, Alhaji Ture. Your two questions, they are very good ones. First, the Excel, it's not, we have a discount that we can give. You know, what we'll do is organizations that approach us for training, we tell them this is a complete package. We have 5 modules, depending on the level that people want. So what we can do for a group like you is to see how much is it that we are offering to the people, and then we can give you a huge discount. I am a pharmacist, and I like offering support to the profession. Okay, so it's not going to be entirely free, because I have a group of facilitators who will also be talking. We have our softwares that we use. For instance, this particular Zoom now is a paid account. Then we have other things that we do, the data we use, you know, so we just see what we can do so that you will appreciate that, yes, this is a huge support. And we're also working with the YPG here in Nigeria also. We're also giving them the same consideration and support. But I tell you that you will get it at a highly subsidized rate that you will not see it given to any other group but pharmacists. Then for the other programs, yes, what we want is, if we have the number, we can go out of our way. For instance, now, the list that we have sold the Empower School of Health postgraduate diploma was the lowest last that we sold was 1,250, which ended in December. If I have a good number, say you can tell me tomorrow that you have up to 50 pharmacists who want to take this course and they are committed, and you are advancing, let's say, first $500 from each. I don't mind engaging Empower to do the unspeakable. So if some of you are in the International Association of Public Health Logisticians, is a group on the net. There was a time I posted this, that we are giving this at 1,250. They called me, the director said they should call me, and they posted that on my chat and say, why did I do this? I said, there are dynamics that we need to do. Eventually, when we started talking, and then it was agreed. You will see some of you that took that course, what was spelled there was that you have a scholarship, $250 coming from Havron, and then $250 coming from Empower. So that takes it off from 1,750. So we have our dynamics that we are making available, that $250. We tell Empower, we know you are giving this course at 1,750. Give me my group at 1.5. So that 250 from there to Havron is there. Havron made additional scholarship of $250 to bring it down to that level, on the condition that people would pay within a time frame. The reason was, where the money was coming from, we needed to replenish it within that period. Otherwise, it will accrue, what's it called? Interest. There are a group of people who are also interested in scholarship, but if they give this money, they want this thing to come back at so and so time. Okay, so that is how we do that. So for YPG in Sierra Leone, if you just let me know, my group is interested in this course, this is what the organization is offering it, this is what you said you are offering it, which is less than what the organization is offering, what can you do for my group? Then we will come in and discuss. And of course, it's not something we can say here, because we need to know the numbers and the courses. So these are my responses to your questions. Thank you very much.
Okay, so if you are interested in asking questions, you can go to the hello, you can go to the more, and then you can raise your hand. Anyone interested in asking questions? So from Samsung?
Yes, I'm here.
So as the co-host, is it also visible to me if someone raise their hand?
Yes, sure. Everybody will see it.
Okay.
While we wait for someone to raise his or her hand, I would also like to encourage the YPG in Sierra Leone to follow our social media, especially the YouTube, because from time to time, when we come up with a tutorial, we share it, and then you should be able to get a notification. So that way we are.
Mary. As in,
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
So is it possible for you to share with me the link so it can be easy for colleagues to tap and follow the link? We can follow the link as an association though.
Okay, you mean the YouTube?
Yes, the YouTube. Just
yes, I shared it with you on WhatsApp. The
yes,
other
yes,
one
I have
is
it.
maybe the other one is the Facebook, our Telegram group. I will share that with you.
Okay, no problem. No problem. So while we wait for questions, I would just like colleagues to know that now that we have this very important meeting with Avon for upcoming courses, from Samsung made them available to us. We will share them with us, and then we are going to do some countdown. We're going to create a flyer which we shall be sharing in our general membership group together with the course and the cost, and it can be going viral so that we can say how best we can encourage colleagues to participate. And then we can also do this countdown so that people will be abreast, they will be notified as to when registration we closes. So this we can do, because I've seen one being done by YPGSL Nigeria, just like you said, PSN. So I think they have been doing some. So I've been opportune to see some of that. So I guess we can probably reciprocate what they have been doing.
Okay, I think Noah says hand is up.
Okay, Noah Sise. Yeah. Okay, yes, Noah Sise, you have the floor.
Thank you, Famozil, and thank you so much, Dr. Sensei. It's been such a very interesting and informative session, and I think I learned a lot, and especially with regards to what Avron is all about. So the question that I have is the fee that is being paid for the courses. Are they being paid directly to the universities in which the individual will be doing the course, or the fees are being paid directly to Avron? So that is what I wanted to inquire about. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that because the noise at the background. Ture, did you get the question, please? Can you repeat it?
Yes, sir. The question is, the tuition fee that is being paid for the courses, are they being paid directly to university, or they are being paid to Havron, and from Havron to university? I just wanted to know, like, where are we paying the fees? So, thank you.
Okay. Yes, it depends on the school, it depends on the course, and it depends on the arrangement. Now, for Empower School of Health, the options are two-way. You can pay directly if you don't have any limitation. That's fine. It's preferable. I attempted making payment on behalf of people, and there were some challenges, especially in the exchange rates. So, but if you can pay directly, fine, that's fine. I have two persons in Sierra Leone who took that course from Empower. One is paying directly, and then the other one paid through me. Okay, so these are two ways that you can explore. Then for other courses, for the Excel, you pay directly to us. For UNICAF short courses, you pay directly to us. But for other, okay, and the National Healthcare Provider Solution, those certifications, you pay directly to us. But majority of the other courses, you have the options of paying directly to them, especially if as you are coming from a different country. However, those in Nigeria, they find it more convenient paying through us, you know, because there are times we may have restrictions on making payments, restrictions set by CBN. So, but because of the dynamics that we have, we're able to make that payment on their behalf. But for Sierra Leone, the only few courses you pay directly to us are those ones from us. For instance, the short courses from UNICAF, the Excel. Otherwise, the other ones, you have the options of paying directly to them or paying through us.
I'm from Samsung. Now that Noah safe, I'm not say I've asked this question. It's something just on my mind. Is it possible, like for us, let me see, colleagues from YPGSL, they want to participate in various courses, ones that we can pay to everyone. Is it possible for us to collect the money as an association, and then for us to limit this transfer rate, this exchange rate, and then we can pay the bulk money to you with the list, the names being submitted?
For us,
is that also a possibility?
It's preferable. Okay. I have a group of doctors in Lesotho who make their payment, and I encourage them to do it in bulk. Okay. So for those courses from University of Washington that they take, they gather the money together and pay once. So yes, we encourage that.
Yeah, because I think for even colleagues who cannot pay the money bulk, if let's say probably we have a timeline of 30 days, they can pay per deposit while they work towards the deadline, and then we can just pay on behalf of them per bulk. I think that should be nice.
Yes, it's fine. You just make payment, then give me the list of those people whose payments are inclusive, or rather included in the payments. We like that, we prefer that way rather than individual payments.
So are there more questions? So I guess there are no more questions. If others are able to ask questions, probably through our group or through me, ones that I cannot respond to, I will contact you, and then I will just forward it to them. So, and people were asking if it's possible for them to have this presentation. Someone was asking in the chat. So I don't know if that will be possible.
Okay, yes, we'll make them available. We have, if you want, I can share it with you so that you can now share among your people. There are others also who got wind of what we are doing, and they also participating here. So we can also use the email addresses they use in registering and share with them. So yes, we can share the presentation.
No problem. Someone is asking if you have a website.
Yes, we do. It's havron360.org. https://havron360. Let me just do that. So you can go there and then see what we have. Is my chart visible to everybody?
It's very visible.
Yes.
It's visible. So in the absence of questions, as the president, I would like to thank you for this opportunity. And I'm going to promise you, as an executive, we are going to work with our membership, encourage them, for them to see, to thought it fit. It's very necessary and very developmental for them to be participating in these professional courses. And then subsequent courses you'll be advertising, we are going to ensure we start participating as a body. We encourage them so that we can participate as a body, so that we can have a very good collaboration. And we are going to continue to put some things in place for us to continue to convince you, so that you can continue engaging those professors, for us to have this conventional family program in our country. So once more, we are grateful and I thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to more collaboration. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. And thanks to everyone who has taken time to participate. We look forward to a more fruitful collaboration. God bless you all.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So at this junction, the end of the presentation. Bye, guys. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
So, I informed the local.
Somewhere informed.
Yeah, it's for scanner, I need that.